Try to take one ride around in my body, Can't say I saw you around when I started. I'm a hometown hero, that's a far that I came, but I never knew if it would fall into place. I became what I wanted, and I'm still on the way. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time it's my city. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, 'cause I know you miss me.
After party,
which apparently in the theatre was bad. I bringing the competition team treated flocking about whether everyone were.
I think that
Millennium Leisure Park East.
yes, please.
One more salmon, please.
a little